Okay, back on another video and back on another one of these Bosch 12 volt. This one is a GDR 12v-105 heavy duty impact driver, which you probably guessed if you've seen my other videos, I've also broken at work. Now this one's been sat at least 2 years. I pulled it out from the drawer. This one has had a bit of a hard life. The end plastic has come off here that holds this, but most of all the reason why it's in the drawer is because I can hold this, pull that. That's meant to be doing da-da-da-da-da, and it's doing, and it tries a little. So something has snapped in the gearbox, but I'm also noticed that this is loose. This has definitely got some mechanical failure in it, so I think the chances of me taking it apart and finding something inside I just tighten up are pretty slim. Never know, but they're pretty slim. Let's get it open then. Okay, so first thing to notice, is that it's got a much bigger motor in this. This is a much larger version than the other drills and whatnot. You'll notice instantly that this is wobbling here on the motor, and whether that's part of the problem or not, I do not know. The rest of the electronics look almost exactly the same as the drills. Probably can't see any reason why not. And you've got a little extra connector here for the lights on the front, which do work, but the plastic cover's missing. So if I unclip that, oh, and the motor is actually, there's no pull connectors on it. It's soldered in, and you can see the rocking here. I wonder, well, let's take everything out of the case. We'll put the side to one side. It's the usual filthy inside, but you know, it's come from work. So there's the guts. Just put that out of the way. Alright, let's have a look at this then. Yeah, this has got a lot of movement in there. Does this front section come off? It does do, but I don't know how. I can't see any more screws, which means the end of the easy part is over. This is the same, virtually the same. I think with the addition of the, I mean, obviously it might have some different electronics for the motor, but this again, so this is wobbling. This looks like an unclipped connector. This looks like something's been in here before, but they definitely have. Oh, it's grease. It's just grease. Let's prise that over there and see how many parts fall out of it. Is that going to come over there? No. It does look like it. That's where it wants to be, and that's where it wants to go, but oh, hang on, no. Twist mark, twist. It's a twist fit, that's all it is. Good job I didn't pull it too hard. Then we have the motor, and we have the gearbox. This is where the dugga action is. this motor, let's just check the motors. That's been freely, yeah, that's nice and free. Yeah, no problems there. That bit can, other than the clean, I think that's that. I will actually put that to one side. It's filthy. There we go. It's out of the way. Now this looks like it could go. You've got your planetary gears. I say planetary. There's only 2. I thought planetary gears were 3, but maybe that's not always the case. A long time since I looked at planetary gears. There are 2 pins here and here that look like they go through this and the case. That might well be the next stop. What have we got in the way of thin screwdrivers? Where is my little screwdriver gone? There it is. Let's have that. Yeah, I didn't think they'd just push out. Whoa, God, that's putting an awful lot of force on that and no movement. So that's a pressed fit into there. So whatever happens in here is no longer happening in, oh, perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, let's put some paper down because this is pretty horrible in here. Lots of oil and grease. So we've got 2 gears. I think we're still going to hit the same issue with those pins. Got the 2 gears, one here and one there, and they, I think planetary gears obviously can be 2 or 3, maybe more. This looks like a dead stop. Some little plates here, I wonder what these are. Obviously something that's a further layer down. This definitely looks like something has broken inside here. Oh, this is a rubber case. That's interesting. That comes off. Will that reveal any extra things to help? No. No. Just keeps the wiring covered. I would imagine this comes out. This is the lights for the front. It's like a little ring, has 3 LEDs on it. Will that go through there? So I can get it out? Must do. Had to be built somehow. Yeah, ugh, it's filthy. Yeah, so that's that out. So that's that part. That's the lights. 1, 2, 3 LEDs, and I presume those are 3 little resistors that sit in front of it. The plastic cover for that is long since fallen off and departed. Now, is there anything under this? What's that? Oh, that's a rubber piece. So presumably that just shields, maybe just shields the, I'll take that off. Anything under that? No. Just a weird looking bit of plastic that looks like it's been melted almost, but I think it's just a rubber stop. It's a little rubber stop to hold the lights. So there's nothing else that end, nothing else that end, and nothing else this end. There's a layer of grease around there that runs flat. I can't see anything in it with it out. Ugh, this is pretty yucky. Nothing down the middle of there. So and there's nothing else on here. So we are at a dead stop. It's those two pins, that pin and that pin, that need to come out. And right, this is, I've been to the unit, popped this in the vise and knocked out the 2mm pins that hold the top and bottom together. I haven't opened it up, I haven't looked inside, I haven't seen what's broken. I've just put some tape round it to hold it together because there appears to be some almighty spring in there. Sorry, you can hear my children in the bath, I think, having a screaming and shouting. Alright, okay, let's have a look. I don't know how oily this is going to be. Those are the two pins that have come out of there and there. I've had a look online and there doesn't seem to be, this is a unit, you buy this as a unit rather than you can, I don't think I'm going to be able to buy any parts for this, but let's take it apart and see what's in here. Oily stuff. Right, is that that's all I've got here. Typical. I've just used it on something else. Let's just drop that out. Well, first glance, that looks okay. I have no idea how this works. Right, that looks okay. This big spring, is that broken? Nope. But it sits against, there's a race of bearings that sit across the bottom of it. Ugh, this is all very oily. And there's a big run of bearings there. Okay, let me just have a, there's a ball bearing here. The ball bearing looks like it goes into this on here. This here, this edge here. But the weird thing is that there's only one of them. First impressions are that that ball wouldn't be able to travel round between those two halves. And there's only one ball bearing. Dun, 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 zoom, zoom. There. Which begs the question, is there another ball bearing? And if there is another ball bearing, where is it? On this part, I should add that this is just connected straight to the, that shaft goes all the way through, and that is just connected straight to there. Oh goody, that's fallen off now, I don't know where it came from. Looks like there. Yeah, looks like there. Need to try and work in here a bit more. It's hard when it's zoomed. Zoom, unzoom. Yeah, there's also a plastic piece underneath it there. I don't really want to get into taking this too much apart because, yeah, it looks like some sort of rubber cushion maybe. Maybe that goes round, and I'm not sure how this works. Anyway, I'm probably, other than giving it a clean and some fresh grease, I won't take that apart. There doesn't seem much mileage in it. That bearing seems okay. But this bit, no, it does actually move when I push that down. Does that come out? Does that move out? Oh, might do actually. Let's zoom out a bit. Let me move that spring over there because it's hideously oily. Let me see if that, is that going to come out of there? How does that come out of there? So I just turned this unit over to tip the bearings out, and the inside just fell out. So that's how it comes apart, and look what's inside. Can you see? The missing bearing. It's made its way under here and through here. This must have jumped this way somehow, presumably that there's no gap, and it's ended up in here, and here is the bearing. How How could that happen? I mean, these do get a lot of stick at work. I've had a clean out of this and I can't see any damage inside here. I was expecting maybe this rotor here to have snapped, or something to have snapped, but given the way it didn't work. But there appears to be nothing broken other than an escape bearing, which is one of these two. So yeah, well, I mean, that's good because it means I can hopefully get it back into use. So before I put the spring back in, what I thought I'd do is just do, these bearings are still stuck in here, by the way, with grease. So I thought what I'd do is just see how this actually goes together. And what you need to do, now this is going to have the spring in it, so this is going to need compressing and these bearings dropping in, and then when you release it, it'll lock with the spring in. But you essentially push this down to a certain point, and then you can drop the bearings into the gap there, and you can do that obviously with both of them, and they will come back out again. This isn't, obviously there's no spring in this at the moment, so there we go. That is the unit. Go on.
Oh, I could try the other one.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Right, take it back. Try it that side. I think there's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah, well, if I do that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yay.
All together. Now I'll put some grease in it and drop it back in here. Like that. I'll grease it first. As you can see, I've got it all cleaned up, back together. The gearbox is back together with some grease in it, and now I just need to reassemble this. Let's get on with it. This needs to go on here, and there needs to go some grease in here. So that's first little. Notice these have got two dots on. I'm wondering whether they should be pointing at each other, or whether that dictates which way up they go. I think, I don't know why you'd have them pointing at each other. Maybe they should point at the outside. I don't know. I'll do. I'll put those in there like that. This is a click and turn job. Yeah, that's in. Okay, that's the motor assembly. I've cleaned all these out, so shouldn't. And I've given it a good spray down on the boards and things. They all worked before, so fingers crossed. They still work now. This is where you find it can't go on afterwards. Oh, looks like it will. Yep, that'll go on afterwards quite easily. Right, that's it. Horseshoe in. Shiny side out. And that's it. It's back together. Moment of truth. Does it work? Well, it does work, but does it? Yep. 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 That works perfectly. Excellent. I have another working. I actually have 2 of these. God, that feels strong. The lights work? Yeah, the lights work. I wonder if I can get a piece of plastic for the ends of that. There's I want to wedge that in somehow. I mean, it's no biggie. I think that's meant to be round a little bit more, but yeah. It's difficult to know exactly where that was meant to go. There you go. That's where it's meant to go. Exactly there. But there's not much to keep it in. I think maybe some. Maybe I'll get the glue gun and just glue gun it down. So, right, that's perfect. Oh, happy with that. Really happy with that. Great. Right, that's another job done, and that is a GDR 12v-105. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like. All those things.